Welcome back. If you just joined us, we'll be looking at the operations of the Operations Delta Safe in the Niger Delta region. And our guest on this episode of Question Time is the Joint Task Force Commander of the Operation Delta Safe, Rear Admiral Suleiman Apochi. Don't go away. Are you suggesting that the man at the top is reluctant?
We have not even taken it to him.
To mention
we have not even taken. They have asked
sponsors
me,
of this.
No, we have not taken my investigation to him. The investigative the findings to him yet. I have not taken it to him yet, but I've given him an interim report that I have people in my custody that are into illegal refining and the sponsors of illegality within my joint area of operation. And say I should go ahead and unravel the circumstances surrounding those people. And exactly what we are doing now. And I believe that by the time we come out with that investigation, you get to know, we'll publish it or we'll call you again to tell you that, look, these were the names we were looking for before now.
Do you see that as an administrative bottleneck and bureaucratic pathology in your operations?
No, it does not. Don't say so. We can't just come up and say, even when you are caught in the act.
But there is a clear impediment to results now.
Yes.
So that's the buck stops at the chief of defense staff.
Yeah.
And he is not giving you the go-ahead, or you are reluctant
to
submit the list to the chief of defense staff.
I will not submit the list that I have not done my job. I have not. I want to actually find out how culpable are these people before I submit my list. It's the final
Don't you
list.
think this delay undermines national security?
No, we're on top of issue. It will not undermine. While we are doing this, we are still going round. It is not going to undermine. While we are doing this, we are still going around to ensure that illegal activities are not being perpetuated.
Some Niger Delta youth are appealing for amnesty of local refineries operators. Does this appeal to you?
Well, I am sure the policy of Modular refinery has been interpreted by the locals, because what I'm seeing is that this is like they are thinking that they will just legalize the illegality by telling them that, okay, you can go ahead with what you are doing. But if they know what it takes to establish Modular refinery, they will know that it's equally not within their reach to do that. So we are equally saying that the policy on Modular refinery should be constitutionalized, because it's a challenge to us. A challenge in the sense that some of these people, the patrons, are not relenting, because thinking that there will be a resolve when the policy is being constitutionalized. So they should come up with the full details of how to establish the Modular refinery.
Now let's look at how strategic the Operations Delta Safe is working. Recently, you've been able to capture a leader of a militant gang, E.C. Bori. But there have been lots of offshoots that are not so pleasant when we consider the rules of engagement of the Operation Delta Safe. They are accusing the Operation Delta Safe of setting a Jakpa in Ondo State ablaze and thereby displacing people and losing properties worth millions of naira. Well,
we operate essentially with rules of engagement and codes of conduct established by the directive of the Chief of Defense Staff. And our operation is within that confines. I'm sure you are aware that we were not the one that attacked the Ajapa community, that we were the one that they attacked and killed some of our soldiers. What we are doing is that when we attack, we repair. We were just repelling the attack. We're not burning any place. And those places that would identify positively that there were militant camps, shrines, hideouts used by the militants were the ones that we burnt. We didn't burn the Ajapa community. The Ajapa community is still intact. And those that came out to do the publication are the sponsors of the illegality. They were not there, but they have the defense. As it was, they were going on attacking us. They were already with the press, trying to deter us from repelling the attack. But we remain resolved to rid Ajapa community of criminals.
Now, when we consider, let me take you back to the attack on oil installations, because that seems to be the heartbeat of the nation, the cash cow of the nation, at least for now. Do you see this high level of destruction an indictment on the operations Delta Safe?
I have told you that all you are speaking from your past experiences. Try and look at newspapers from November 2016 up to now. If you actually look at it, you will find out that there had never been any blast reported in the newspaper. We are getting calls from people asking us what was the strategy that we have used to bring down these things to this level.
Now, the failure to get the fugitive Tompolo, the militant leader Tompolo, do you see it as an indictment on the Operations Delta Safe?
Well, if you look at my mandate, protection of oil and gas infrastructure, deter and prevent militancy, crude oil theft, and any other forms of criminality. Tompolo is not being mentioned there. But we know that Tompolo's case, Tompolo was declared by police or EFCC. And we're not in the known that Tompolo, if Tompolo today become my mandate, I assure you that we shall do the best we can to bring into book. But it's not part of my mandate as it is now.
Let's come back to your style of burning of illegal refineries. Environment experts have raised a red flag on that. What strategy are you coming up with to ensure that your operations are more environmentally friendly?
Unfortunately, the contamination of environment is not caused by the burning of the illegal refinery. I'm sure maybe if you want to actually confirm what I'm telling you, I'll take you to the creek. Before the burning, the environment has already been contaminated. It is not the burning that contaminates the environment. So people stay outside and think it is the burning. It is not the burning. Before the burning itself, the environment has been contaminated. To make it more friendly, that is the reason why we are using swambugi, what we call metallic operation, to crush the metals and other ancillaries used in refining, illegally refining the stolen crude oil.
Now let's look at the internal operations of the Operations Delta Safe. Some of your troops have been accused of complicity in oil theft. So what are you doing to, in terms of fishing out the bad eggs in your troops?
That is a good question. A good question. Like I did tell you, one of the action plans, again, in the Operation White Valentine, that was promulgated by the Chief of Defense Staff, was to bring to book those who were either conniving, collaborating, or in complicity with the illegality within the joint operation area. And we moved into it immediately.
Okay, before we wind down this conversation now, the federal government is planning to set up a maritime university in the Niger Delta. How safe is this investment?
That is not within my mandate to tell you whether it is safe or not. It's purely a federal.
What's your core mandate?
My core mandate is to protect oil and gas infrastructure, deter and prevent crude oil theft, militancy, sea robbery, and any other forms of criminality within my joint operation area that could impact negatively on the economy of the Niger Delta region.
Okay, before we wind down, could you look into the camera and tell the people of Niger Delta what to expect as part of your account of stewardship? as the Joint Task Force Commander of the Operations Delta Safe and the Niger Delta?
Well, what I expect the people of Niger Delta or Niger Deltans from Operation Delta Safe is to be law-abiding, cooperate with us so as to make this region peaceful for business to strive.
Rear Admiral Apochi Suleiman, thank you so much for making our time to be part of this episode of Question Time. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.
And that's it on this episode of Question Time. What's your take on the Operation Delta Safe interventions in restoring peace in the Niger Delta region? You may also send us your comments on our various social media platforms showing on your screen. Join us next week on another exciting episode of the show on Channels Television. Many thanks for watching. I'm Benga Ashuru. Bye for now.